Okay. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are located. My name is Jack Stewart. I am the president and CEO of Monument Insurance Group. This is another MIG training YouTube video. Again, so many of you guys have been sending in emails asking for training and videos on different parts of this business, and in the days and weeks to come, we're going to try and get as many of them on here as we can. I'm excited to be able to knock out at least one of these a day, and I think these little 8, 10, 12-minute videos are going to be invaluable to you guys when first getting started, or whenever you feel like your business can use a little bit of a shot in the arm. We always say if you never get away from basics, you never have to go back to basics. But look, it is a part of this business where you might find yourself in a rut. You might have veered off a little bit from what used to work or what you were doing at one point, or maybe you're just new to the industry. You've never sold insurance before. You've never worked, maybe more importantly, you've never worked with mortgage protection direct mail leads using our leads. So many of you have a tremendous amount of sales and business experience, and I think a lot of that experience is going to transfer well over to here to what we're doing. But look, you don't have to go out there and reinvent the wheel. The scripts that I'm going to cover today, or the script I want to spend a few minutes covering today, is one that I certainly didn't come up with, and I don't think when I first got started my manager came up with. It's just one that we've been using and has been in use for a very long time because it works. And trust that as soon as we find something that works better, we'll switch it up. But until then, and if you're okay with closing 80 to 90% and converting 65 to 75%, which are awesome numbers, some of the best in the industry, keep plugging in and applying some of the things that you guys are learning on and from these videos. Today, I want to spend just a few minutes talking about the phone script itself. Not really how to overcome objections, but just kind of the whole idea and philosophy towards working a phone script and using our direct mail leads. We did a video already on the importance of using direct mail leads. I don't want to take up too much time talking about that on this video, but really seriously, if you're not working direct mail leads, you're missing the boat. They're the best leads in the industry. You only have to spend an hour or two on the phone to load up your schedule, and it is certainly well worth it. Now listen, buying leads or investing in leads is not the only thing you have to do, right? I do have agents who think, okay, well, I have 10 leads, job's done, right? No, nothing matters here until a client is covered. So even setting the appointment isn't the finish line, right? Even making the sale isn't the finish line. Not until the insurance company issues and pays that policy is that client, is that family protected, and do you get a commission for it? So, obviously it takes the leads to get the appointments, to book the appointments, to make the presentations, to ultimately make the sale, and finally protect a person. But getting leads is the best first step, and then knowing how to best use them and best approach them is the natural next best step. And that's what I want to spend just a few minutes talking about today. On your screen, you should be seeing the mortgage protection phone script used for our direct mail leads. You're working brand new leads. This is the script that you want to use, and you want to first get this mindset that they're asking for help. They sent in a request with a lot of specific and personal information, right? Their name, date of birth, height, weight, male, female, smoker or non, multiple phone numbers. They sign the letter. They tell us when to call. They're obviously very motivated. They're very interested in what we have to offer. All we need to do is make sure we approach it the right way. Look, you can't make a sale over the phone, but you certainly can blow it. So stick to the script. Yes, in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, will you have enough experience to maybe add your own flair to it or add a question here or there? Yes. But in the beginning, just trust the script. You want to keep your tone when you're making phone calls real monotone. And I know that's maybe different than what you're used to hearing, but we're not telemarketers. We're not cold calling people. You don't want this attitude of you're bothering somebody. Stick to the script. Have this mindset of you're really just like a field underwriter. You're calling them because they sent in a request to purchase insurance. You need to confirm the information that's on the letter that they sent in. And then after that, the main goal, the number one priority, is to schedule the appointment. So I'm going to give you an idea of how the phone script should actually sound. Hi, John. This is Jack Stewart with the Mortgage Protection Center. I'm calling you concerning the letter that either you or Mary had mailed in regarding your mortgage protection on your loan with Bank of America for $150,000. I just wanted to confirm some information with you real quick. You put here your date of birth is July 15th, 1965, and Mary's is July 15th, 1965. You put here also that you were about 6 foot 195. Mary, it looks like you put is about 5'4", 110, 115-ish, and you also indicated here that neither one of you uses tobacco products in any form. Is that correct? And do you plan on starting? It's a little bit of levity. They laugh. Oh, no, I would never smoke. Okay, great. Just wanted to make sure that I confirm that. Now, do you or Mary John have any medical problems that I need to know about? Blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, heart attack, cholesterol, anything like that? And time out for a second. The first paragraph and a half of this script is really meant to do a couple things. First and foremost, separate yourself from a telemarketer. We're not asking pointless questions or questions we don't want the answers to, right? Like, is this a good time to talk? At no point do we ask that question. They answer the phone. You're on the phone. We only need a minute or two. Let's go ahead and get through what we need to get through, ask the questions that we need answered, and schedule the appointment, right? If it's not a good time, the answer is no, and let's not let, a sink full of dishes or, the first episode of Survivor get in between them and, us giving them an opportunity to protect their family. So straightforward, direct, to the point, obviously never rude, but the first thing is you want to separate yourself from a telemarketer and then also start to establish control by confirming the information they put on the letter, their date of birth, their height and weight, do they smoke, and then start to find out if they have any health issues, right? Selling 101 is whoever's asking the questions is in control. So somebody says, yes, I have high blood pressure. Tell me about that high blood pressure, John. How long have you had high blood pressure? Is it under control? How often do you take medication for that? What kind of medication do you take for that? Has your medications ever changed in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Have you ever missed work because of that? Do you consider it to be under control? You're talking one ailment, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions. An incredible amount of control can be gained just from asking some simple follow-up questions to questions we really need detailed anyway, so we can figure out which product's going to be best for them. So let me scroll down a little bit, and we'll continue with where we left off. So, say John has blood pressure. I'm going to write that down on our notes. It's going to help us figure out which product's going to be best for him. Now, John, are you or Mary taking any medications for anything at this time? No? And have you or Mary been to the hospital for anything in the last 10 years? Okay, very good. Now, did you guys finance your home for 15, 20, or 30 years? 30 years? Okay, great. And on the letter, it says the amount of the mortgage to be covered is $150,000. Is this correct? And is this the only loan on the property? No, you have a second loan for $50,000. So altogether, there's the $150 plus the $50, so $200,000. Okay, very good. Now, John, let me ask you this: if something were to happen to you for any reason, who would get your home? He's probably going to say Mary. Okay, and I imagine Mary is your wife. Very good. And are there any dependent children living with you in the home? You have 2 children. Okay, what are their names and ages? Little Johnny is 6 and little Samantha is 4. And I imagine they would get the home if something happened to both you and Mary. Okay, very good. Now, if you or Mary get diagnosed with a critical illness, your mortgage will actually be paid for up to 2 years. What is your monthly mortgage payment? $1,300? Okay, great. John, that's basically all the information that I needed. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to take care of and see what you qualify for. I'm not from the Broward County area, but I am scheduled to be out there Wednesday night between 6 and 8. Right now I have a 7 or an 8 available. What works best for both you and Mary? Okay, time out. So again, we've continued to ask a lot of questions, confirm a lot of the things that they put on the sheet of paper. We've confirmed who their beneficiaries are going to be already, and I think that also naturally brings out a little bit of emotion. Right? Now they're starting to think about, oh yeah, that's right. If something happens to me, I want Mary and the children to be taken care of. So we've kind of, without even having to try, have started to bring out a little bit of emotion and reminded them of probably why they sent in the letter to begin with. So, obviously very important. And then when we go to schedule the appointment, I learned a long time ago that I try to always ask a yes, yes kind of question. 6 or 8, Tuesday or Wednesday, afternoons or evenings. If we ask a question like, is 8 o'clock good? If the answer is not yes, it's no, and now we're back to square one. Typically, if you give them options, they will take one of the options. So, super important, 6 or 8, 7 or 9, 5 or 6, whatever time slots you have available until they're full. And if you can make it your goal every time you pick up the phone of loading up your Wednesday night from 4 to 9, Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to maybe 1, you're talking 8, 10, 12 appointments every week. You're talking about netting a six-figure income, which is a great place to be. So it's important that you remember how to schedule it. Don't be afraid to take a little bit of control. Keep in mind that it is your schedule, and you don't want to leave your schedule up to your client's control. Let's assume they say, give me the 8 o'clock. The next two things you do will save you a lot of time in the home, and it will also really solidify the appointment. I used to have an issue with more than 10% of my appointments rescheduling or canceling on me, and it was mainly because they forgot. I had this silly mindset of, okay, I have the appointment scheduled, let me hurry up and get off the phone before I mess it up. We don't want those kinds of appointments. We want all appointments to be solid, and we want the clients to be anticipating the appointment. So these next two things really, really helped, my show ratio again, and then saving me time in the home. Okay, John, I'm not real familiar with the area. What's the best way to get there from, say, I-95 and Palm Beach Lakes? And now I'm getting very specific directions, and I mean specific. By the time I'm done, I want to know what side of the street do they live on. Is it a single-story house or a two-story house? What color house? Is it a gated community? And if so, can they let the guard know that I'm coming? Is the number of the house on the house or the mailbox? Just a lot of little things like that really etches in their mind that, okay, yeah, this guy is coming, she is coming, he is coming, and I want to be ready for that. And they just tend to not forget. Plus, even though I know a lot of us have GPS systems and MapQuest, look, there's going to be a time, trust me, I've been there, where it's not pulling up on a map, and you'll be so grateful you have specific directions. So do it. Don't do it because you need directions, because most of us have a GPS and MapQuest, so that's not the real. Do it to solidify the appointment, but it is there for a backup if you need it. The second thing will really help as well. Now, John, do you have something to write with? No problem, I'll wait. He grabs it, which is code for go get a pen and paper. He says, okay, I have it. Okay, great. Now, John, I know you and Mary have other things going on Wednesday night, especially with the kids and dinner and all that. I also would like to get back and spend time with my family as well before it gets too late. So just to speed things up for the both of us, if you could have a couple things out on the table for me when I get there, it would certainly save us both some time. The first thing that I'm going to need is a photo ID of some sort, preferably a driver's license, for both you and Mary. The second thing is going to be your most recent mortgage statement or the address of wherever you send your mortgage payments to. The third thing is your doctor or physician's information. It'll probably be on a business card or an appointment card of some sort. Really just need his or her address and phone number. And the fourth and final thing is going to be a list of medications. If you guys don't want to write them down, you can just put them out on the kitchen table for me, and I'll write them down myself. Again, John, also write this down. My name is Jack, and I'm going to see you and Mary Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. You two have a great evening. I look forward to seeing you guys then. Bye-bye. That's it. It's simple. It's straightforward. Again, I don't want to handle too much of the objections on this call. I want to keep them short and compact. The idea is really to get you guys an idea of how it should sound. Direct. I'm not asking any cheesy, corny questions. How are you? How was your evening? Is this a good time? I'm not asking questions I don't want the answers to. Giving them yes type options, right? Giving them options to 6 or 8, 7 or 9, afternoons, evenings. And then solidifying the appointment. I'm talking 4, 5, 6 minutes on the phone. You don't need to be on the phone for 20 minutes. Quick, on to the next one. Spend less time on the phone, but still being able to set up enough appointments to keep yourself busy. So hopefully that helps, guys. We're about wrapping up with time. So again, listen to this a few times. Read through your script 30, 40, 50 times until it doesn't sound so script-ish. And then, maybe role play it a little bit with your manager. Throw some objections at them. Let them throw some at you. And after a couple weeks of making phone calls, you'll be surprised about, how good you are. Probably better than I am. And then we'll let you do the videos. So thanks so much, guys. Have a great rest of the week, rest of the month, the year. And, let's go make it happen out there. Best of luck, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.